Hello. You are listening to Those Are the Girls with Mallory and Friends. I'm Mallory, and you, are changing culture and bringing back traditional values. Hello. Welcome to another day in a post-Roe America. Super exciting. Wanted to hop on really quick and tell you guys about this new campaign that we're starting at the Anti-Abortion Social Club. It is called My Voice Saves the Babes. Essentially what this is us being excited to talk about the truth and always speaking the truth in grace and love. And you don't have to have a big story about how this thing happened to you, for you to be able to speak the truth and to tell people the truth. All you have to do is just use your voice. All you have to do is do your research and, speak your voice, what you say. It is going to save people. We're going to make abortion illegal and unthinkable. We've made it illegal in some states. We're going to continue to make it illegal in other states. And we also have to make it unthinkable. So how do we do that? By using our voice and speaking the truth. Truth such as ectopic pregnancies and miscarriages are not going to be prosecuted. You're not going to go to jail for that. This is all part of their fear mongering that is infuriating, because I've been thinking about this, seeing things on Twitter and, calming down, getting off the high of like, oh, this is so exciting, and just seeing things. There's people who are genuinely, honest to goodness, afraid that they are going to die because of this, afraid that, so many other things are going to happen because of this decision. And it's really sad. And I think it's part of how the devil perverts things. It's part of how the devil, he comes in and he wants to stir strife in relationships, stir strife in our country. And what we need to do is we need to tell the truth. We need to, explain things to our friends that might not be doing as much research as us. We need to just always be truth speakers, and we do the truth in grace and love. I always say this, and I really want to make sure that I am doing this. And if you ever follow my account and I bump my head for a second, I'm not doing this, and I start, being rude to people or trying to own the libs, please call me out on it. But this is what I always say. I say, you say the truth. The truth is abortion is murder. And you go from there. The truth is abortion is murder, but the way you talk to people is not. Abortion is murder, and you're ugly, and you're never going to get married. That's not helpful. That's not going to do anything. Abortion is murder. Abortion is murder because of X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z is wrong. Here is how we can help you if, someone's in an unplanned pregnancy, or if someone is, a single mother and needs help. So that's how we do it. There's no reason to, start calling people names and things like that. It's disappointing. I've been seeing a lot of disappointing things. I have some friends that last I heard they were Christian, and we don't talk as much, that are posting some takes that I'm just like, wow, I did not. That's interesting. You've seen what pregnancy resource centers do, so you think that, or you've seen how people care, but okay. I think what it is just people. Right now, the sweet, compassionate thing seems to be pro-choice, and we know that's not the truth. We know that advocating for the murder of millions of babies is not loving, it's not sweet, it's not kind, it's not all these things that people want. And it's also being on this side, I feel like sometimes people think that, yeah, I'm doing something different. I'm being a good person, and you're really not. You're just doing something that a bunch of other people are doing, and there's just so much misinformation. I just keep going back to there's so much misinformation. So what I want you guys all to do, you should follow accounts like Live Action, Students for Life, March for Life, Let Them Live, things like that. Follow these accounts. They are constantly putting out good, truthful, factual information to share with your friends, to share with your family, to share with people who you meet that are concerned, that are scared. Because that is probably the biggest takeaway right now. It's just I keep seeing all of these people who are genuinely scared. They're genuinely scared that things are going to happen. And what is wild to me is there are still many states where nothing is going to change. Not yet, but nothing's going to change. And I keep going back to North Carolina because that is where I live currently. And in North Carolina, nothing has changed. We can make some changes. How do we make some changes? We need to be voting. This midterm is going to be such a crucial midterm. Sometimes I like to listen to some very popular liberal leftist YouTubers. Some of them, if you follow my Instagram, you know which ones I'm talking about. Sometimes I like to listen to them just to hear like them be all upset, and they're telling all their supporters pretty much, "Oh yeah, voting doesn't matter." Music to my ears. Yes, tell people who are going to vote against my interest. Yes, tell them that it doesn't matter. Please keep doing that. But the reality is, people do realize that voting does matter, because how did this happen? This happened because the president was voted in. How did that happen? Because senators, the president that was voted in, and the amount of senators that can confirm a justice supported what the president said. So, it's not like all of this matters. It's all tangled up. So we need to be voting. Now, I'm not sure if states are going to do this. I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything. I don't believe so, that states would put a resolution on the ballot of whether abortion should be legal or not. I don't think that's how it would go. I believe it goes back to legislation, and your legislators, people who you're voting for to represent your area in your state, are going to do that. Your governor is going to be so important right now. For example, North Carolina's governor, we had a heartbeat bill and the governor vetoed it. Even though we do have a Republican pro-life majority in the North Carolina State House, we still had our governor is very, very, very much pro-abortion. He put out this statement that complete nonsense. And he put a statement out. The man's pro-abortion. He vetoed it. But we can also, with the midterms, we can get a super majority in our state legislature. And if we do that, it won't matter about his veto. It won't matter. And that should be, everybody look to see your state specific to see what to do. But I think that's something that we can all work toward in our own states. But more than anything is we're making abortion unthinkable. So we have to be telling the truth in grace and love. And I just want to keep reiterating in grace and love, because at the end of the day, you coming at someone especially, we talk about how men and women are different. Women, we are more emotional, and that's not a bad thing. That can be a strength. But especially with this topic, with a lot of emotions running high, coming at someone and being very mean is not going to make a difference. It really isn't. You have to be firm in what you have to say, but you don't have to be mean about it. You can tell them the truth. And I really want to encourage everyone to use your voice. What we're going to be doing is we have a whole campaign going out. Today, you will see the first of what is next in abortion access. They are really pushing these abortion pills, Plan C, and just different abortion pills that I saw on Twitter. I saw a tweet where a woman was saying how if you want to get rid of your ulcer, she was saying ulcer instead of the baby. She was calling that to be facetious and also to hide it. She said you can go over to Mexico and they're like $20 for the pills. So many things wrong with that. Number one, going to Mexico, nothing against Mexico, but their regulations are not going to be the same as the United States. I'll leave it at that. Not safe. Number two, $20. I don't know much about this pill, but I can tell you that there's not going to be I would not trust a $20 pill that is supposed to supposed to choke my child and expel it from my body. I would not trust a pill that costs $20 to do that. And then number three, if they're doing this sneaking around, if something happens, if they hemorrhage, if there's other issues, which, I guess there would be with a $20 pill from a whole nother country that you're just ordering or you're going across the border to grab, and, it could expire. There's just so many things that can go wrong. And if they're doing this sneaking around, something can happen and nobody will be able to get to them. Nobody would know what was going on. Are they going to tell their doctor, actually, doctor, this and that? So people are going around telling that, and we have got to shut that down. But that's next in abortion access. That's what they're going to try to do. A lot of the abortion pills, the ones in the U.S., they are good up to 10 weeks. I'm using quotation marks. I've been at talks where we were discussing it, and they said sometimes they'll even try to give them to somebody at 12 weeks. And the further later in your pregnancy you take it, the more brisk you're at, and the less likely it is to actually work. So there could be so many complications. So if you go to our Instagram page today, Anti-Abortion Social Club, you're going to see, as well as those other girls podcast, you're going to see some slides kind of explaining Live Action did an amazing job of their campaign, What is Abortion? And really what we're doing is just taking some of those facts and putting them on a social media form for you to share with your friends, for you to have, save it, maybe make a folder of like different pro-life things. I'll also make a tab in our Instagram about that as well. Just information for you to have so you can readily get to when you're talking to other people. But, that's what's next. And we need to be able to tell people the truth, how dangerous it can be. And also, too, there is hope. If you take the first one, you still have, I believe it's 48 to 72 hours, take the abortion reversal pill. And you just go to abortionreversalpill.com, and they can help you with that situation. So I just want to encourage everyone, use your voice. You can make a difference. No matter how many followers you have, no matter how popular you have, you can make a difference. Your voice matters. A lot of times people, one of the ways that people try to belittle you or attack you is through your voice, saying that what you have to say doesn't matter, but your voice can save someone. Your voice saves the babes, and babes means babies, but also too, it means women. Your voice saves both. Eventually we're going to have some other people on the podcast talk about just different things, but we'll have people on the podcast talking about how like their child has helped save them and grow with them. And if you listen to last week's episode, I read the story by the Washington Post where the woman explained how getting pregnant with her twins it sounds like it saved her. It gave her a purpose. It gave her a goal, and it helped push her to the next level that she was going to go to. So these are all the things that your voice can do. So being quiet and silent, that's no longer an option. Especially when there's so many women out there hurting. There's so many women out there hurting, and there's so many women out there afraid. And if you are watching that and you can't say anything, or if you're watching that and you don't say anything, that's not good. That's not good. You should say something. Your voice makes a difference. Your voice matters. We're going to have some really cute merch and things like that just to remind you, to encourage you that your voice saves the babes. Once again, this week, our focus is going to be on the abortion pill and how terrible it is, and the abortion pill reversal, about how if someone does take the abortion pill, the first one, there are options, there are things that they can do. I just really want to talk about that super quick. I also kind of wanted to talk, I guess you can, talk about the other thing, about how terrible it is that all of these companies are willing, or the hypocrisy of these companies willing to pay for your travel, your hotel, and for your abortion, but they're not going to give you paternal or maternal leave. And I just want everybody to realize this is the abortion industrial complex. They want your labor, and they want your money. Those are two things that they want. And when they're paying for all that, they're paying for you to go, paying for your hotel, and for the procedure. I mean, that's crazy, you guys. That's crazy. Amazon will do that, but they won't even, their employees are having to pee in bottles. What? How did we get here? Last thing I'm going to say on this also just reminds me, we need to be supporting companies and people that support our interests. I'm not going to sit here and say I have tons of clothes from, pro-family, pro-life, pro-America, pro-freedom of religion companies. I'm not going to sit there and say that, but I am going to say that I'm working toward it. There's certain things and if you go to our website, we have different sponsors, and even some of the things I'm wearing right now, from my makeup to my necklace, these are companies that support our interests. We need to start putting our money back into that. I mean, this weekend, hearing different celebrities and different companies coming out, because like there's some people certain celebrities you like know, like they might not say it, but you know, but they haven't said anything, so you're trying not to think like, well, it could be wrong, but then they say it and you're like, oh goodness. Perfect example, Olivia Rodrigo. You guys know, driver's license fan over here. Most listened to song last year. I think it was in the 0.02% of her most listens, or maybe 0.2%. I was up there of the listeners, y'all. She so disappointed, and it's like I knew it, but it's just something different when they actually like say how they truly feel. Anyway, you guys, that's this episode. Please, I get excited. Your voice can save the babes. We're going to do so much more with that. Also, too, we're going to do a couple things eventually, too, in the Patreon. We're going to have social club meetings once a month in our Patreon. And Patreon is just $5 to join. That money is going to go to the different programs that we're going to be having. The money is going to go to different things for you guys as well. And the money is going to go to different organizations that we're going to be supporting throughout the rest of the year and throughout the years to come. It's just to different shows that we're going to have. We're going to have some more shows that I think you guys are going to love. The money, it'll be definitely worth your $5. So you can go to patreon.com/thoseothergirls. I believe or just type in Those Other Girls Media. You should find it. Or just go to our website and just click the big Patreon button. That could help too. So head over to our merch store as well. We have really cute merch. I think that's it. You guys have a good rest of your day. Head over to the Instagram, Anti-Abortion Social Club Instagram, and take a look at the things that are going on and make sure you share them and save them for when, someone you know or love might need some encouragement or might need to know the truth about a topic. All right. Bye.